Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I pray that you all are well. I pray that you all have had a fantastic day. I pray that you've made the most of your day. I pray that even if your day did not go exactly the way that you wanted it to go, I pray that you made the most of your day. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Transformational Mondays. I am Dr. JaNee Mobley. For those of you all who do not know me, I'm affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I help women turn their purpose into a profitable business, all while teaching them to overcome mindsets that will prevent profit, progress, and prosperity. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, I love saying that. Also, make sure that you text this link to about 2 or 3 people. I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those of you all who are new to Transformational Mondays, welcome. Transformational Mondays is all about me providing you all with transformational tips that will shift your way of thinking so that your life, your business, and overall will change. So tonight I'm going to share with you all three ways on how to persevere in your purpose. So you may be moving in your purpose and it may not be going as fast as you want it to go. You may not see the results that you desire to see. You may feel a little bit discouraged. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to be totally transparent. I have felt like that before. And I'll be honest, I have felt like that before, okay? And sometimes after you launch something, sometimes after you share a project, sometimes after you do something, you feel discouraged because it didn't yield the results that you wanted it to yield. And you may be questioning yourself like, okay, I did everything right. What happened? Or is this what I'm supposed to do? One of the things that I want you to always be conscious of is a scripture that God reminds me of a lot, which is almost like one of the biggest foundations of my brand. And it is Jeremiah chapter 1, where God is having a conversation, not conversation, but he is telling Jeremiah who he is and what he has called for him to do. And he tells Jeremiah that before I formed you in the womb of your mother's belly, that I called you to be a prophet. And one of the things that scripture always reminds me of is that our purpose is not a question. It's not a decision that we make. It was a decision that God made before he formed us in our mother's womb. So we didn't think of the idea of whatever our purpose is. God created us with it. I honestly believe our purpose came and then we came. I'm going to say that again. This is my belief because the sequence of it is he tells us that before I formed you, so before you had arms, legs, before you were a fetus, he knew you, he discerned you, right? So there was your purpose and then there was you. So you didn't decide that, hey, this is what I'm going to do. You didn't decide that this was your purpose. God made that decision before he formed you in your mother's womb. And that is something that you have to always be reminded of, that as a believer, God has called you to do this work. So you have to be confident in the fact that he sent you to do the work. Okay? That's the first thing. So tonight we're going to talk about perseverance. And what is perseverance? If you look up the definition of perseverance, one of the definitions of perseverance is persisting in doing something to get the ultimate result, even if, and this is me adding mine to it, even if you don't see the results that you want to see, even if there is difficulty on the way. So let's just say, let me adjust this a little bit. I'm looking at my camera to make sure this goes right. Okay. All right. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay. All right, just trying to make sure my pen doesn't fall. So I always liken my purpose, profiting from my purpose, to a journey. Our lives, good evening, our lives are a journey, right? So your purpose is a journey, it is a process. So I want you to understand this, that your process is personal. That's the first thing I want you to understand. Your process. So, for those of you all who are, and I'm speaking to those who know that you have been called to entrepreneurship and that you are ready to profit from your purpose, I want you to understand that your process is personal. Your journey to profit is personal. Your business is personal. Just like your life is personal, and all of us are different. We all have eyes, we all have toes, and all of these different things. But our journeys are different. Our journeys are personal. So your process to you profiting from your purpose, to you building your business, is personal. So I want to speak to the individual who has compared themselves to other people's journey. Why? Because I've done the same thing. And one of the things that it does is it discourages you. It's designed to distract you, to make you stop the very thing that you are working on and getting engaged on how it's not happening fast enough for you. Understand that your process and your journey to you accomplishing the level of success that God has created you to design is personal for you. So somebody else's journey may be different from your journey. Somebody else's challenges will be different, because there are certain things that you will find out on, if you haven't found out on already, that need to come out of you in order for you to achieve the level of success that God has promised, in order for you to walk into and step into the opportunities that you know that you're supposed to walk in, to work with the level of clients, good evening, y'all, and customers that you're supposed to attract. There are some things that need to be worked out of you. So you'll discover and uncover that along your journey, your trials, your tribulations, your challenges, those things that aren't happening fast enough, are all a part of your process to mold you and make you into whom you need to become, so that you can serve those that you have been called to serve. I'll tell y'all a secret. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that in order for me as a coach to attract and connect with the clients that I desire to work with, I first must become that stellar client. I must first become decisive. I must first become all of the things that I desire for my ideal client to be. Good evening, y'all. So you'll notice along your journey that the processes and the challenges that you encounter, if you're patient through them, they're all going to mold you and make you into whom you need to become to acquire the level of success that you desire. So step number one, okay? The first thing is this. What is the first way in order for you to persevere in your purpose? Is to be patient with your process. Be patient with your process. I'm going to say that again. Be patient with your process. Again, remember that your process is personal. What do I mean by that? Your process and your journey to entrepreneurship, your process and your journey to profiting from your purpose is going to look different from somebody else's. So the way that you always dispel comparing yourself to other people Baby, I don't need no wig. I'm gorgeous just the way that I am, Billy. And you know how I know that I'm gorgeous? Because you took 2 seconds of your time to say something to me. So I appreciate the compliment. And if that is the greatest thing that you got, you are a sad one. Okay? All right. So here's the thing. I want you all to understand that you have to be patient with your process. Your process is personal. And I want you to understand just how unique God made you. All of us, while we have similar features, we all are very different. Even if you put two twins together, they have two different fingerprints, two different dental records. All of us are very unique in our own right. So is your process to you getting to the level of success that God has designed for you. So you got to be patient with it. What do I mean? If we go to Romans chapter 5, verse 4 says, and it says this, and this is the short part of it, and it says, and patience experience. So when you look up the Greek version of patience, patience means steadfastness, patience means constancy, patience means endurance. Patience means endurance. It's your ability to stand even when things are not going the way that you want it to go. That's what having patience is. It's your ability to say, you know what, I may not be seeing the results that I desire to see, but I refuse to give up because I know that this is what God has called for me to do. That's what it's all about. So you got to have patience in your process, knowing that your patience will produce experience. What is experience? It's proof. One of the things that I understand is that when you're talking about working with people, right? When you're talking about working with people, you want to make sure, one thing that I always say is that I heard this when I was actually in Legal Shield, which is a multi-level marketing company. And it used to always say that stories sell, facts tell. So people want to always see the proof that what you're able to do is actually what is. So your ability to stay steadfast and have endurance in your process, even when you don't see the results that you desire, serves as proof. So some of the things that I want you to understand that you'll identify during your process is, number one, what you need to become and who you need to become in order for you to obtain the success that you desire. That's the first thing. Y'all are some sad people. Some of y'all, not all of y'all, but some of y'all are some sad people. So number one, during your process, you're going to identify who you need to become in order for you to obtain the level of success that you desire. How? One of the things that I know about entrepreneurship, and this is my personal experience, I cannot speak for anybody else, but it will show you sides of you that you need to improve. It'll show you where you're envious, where you're jealous, where you're falling off, where you're not as consistent and persistent. It'll show you things about you. Right? So number two, during your process, you'll also understand the things and people that you need to let go in order for you to profit from your purpose. Because the reality of it is, everybody can't go to the place that God has designed for you. Everybody is not going to be able to stand your growth. Everybody doesn't have the grit to handle your progression. Some of the people that are with you now are not ready for the growth that God has for you. So you're going to learn that some of those people are going to have to go. And you got to be okay with that. Many of you all may have experienced or are experiencing carrying other people. And the reality of it is much easier to get to your destination when you don't have to carry dead weight. What would be representation of dead weight? People in your life who don't want to progress, but don't want to see you progress. They're okay with staying where they are, but they're intimidated by seeing you making a decision to grow. You progressing reminds them that they're stagnant. So if you're talking about profiting from your purpose, you must understand that there are some people who aren't just going to be able to go with you along the way. Number 3, during your process of being patient, there are mindsets that you're going to discover that are slowing your progress. I want you all to pay attention. I want you to pay attention to things that are preventing your progression, such as procrastination, such as self-doubt, such as not being decisive, such as always ridiculing yourself, such as sabotaging or attempting to sabotage other people. If I can say this, I'm going to say this because this is my channel. I can say whatever I want to say. It's amazing to me, and you all are going to, for those of you all who desire to grow, it's amazing how people have a lot to say about coming on to somebody else's channel. And here's the thing, I always tell my children, you can always make money, but time you can't make back. You can't buy time. So the fact that people make a decision to come on people's channel and to take their precious time that they can't buy back to be negative, I hope you shift your mindset. All right, number 2. Number 2. Number 2. The second way to persevere in your purpose is always to surround yourself with the right people. With the right people. You need people in your life that are going to sharpen you, people that are going to be honest with you, people that are not afraid to tell you the truth. You need people that are not always going to agree with everything that you have to say because they're vested in your success. So always surround yourself with individuals who want to see you grow. They want to see you grow so bad that they'll be honest with you, that they'll push you, that they'll hold your feet to the fire, that they will remember the commitment that you made along the way, and they'll let you know where you have fallen off. They're the same ones that if you call them and say, hey, I feel like giving up, or you start talking negative, they check you in a minute because they want to see you grow. Surround yourself with those type of people. Identify people who have either accomplished the level of success that you desire or people who have the same goals. Okay? And how do you do that? You can connect with the mastermind group. You can invest in mentoring or coaching, or you can just, it's all about connections. It's all about connections. Okay? So make sure you always surround yourself with the right people. One thing that I always remember, a lot of times people feel like they don't need people, or people say that they don't need people. The reality of this is this. The reality of life is this. If you're expecting to make money, unless you're going to buy your own products or your own services, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen until someone pays. So feeling like you can build a business all on your own, or you can do it all by yourself, is a poverty mindset. Lastly, number 3, always make you your biggest project. Always work hardest on yourself than you do anything else. Always make you your greatest investment. Always make you your greatest investment. Many of the times people focus spending money on the outside. They focus on buying shoes and clothes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But your greatest investment is the investment that you can make in yourself. Why? Because you can't control other people, but the more information that you learn, the more that you grow, it actually yields the actions that you take that will ultimately lead to the results that you desire for your life. So make you the greatest investment ever. So if you want to persevere in your purpose, make sure you're patient in the process. Number 2, make sure you surround yourself with the right people. And number 3, make sure that you work hardest on yourself more than you work on anything else in your life. If you all want to know 5 mistakes to avoid in order for you to profit from your purpose, click the link below and get your free video series from me. I appreciate you all. And actually, I appreciate all of I'm going to say this. Shout out to all of the negative commenters, because what could have been a distraction really wasn't. I appreciate you all. Y'all have a phenomenal evening. And remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.